Hey, welcome to another Store Type video. In today's video, I've got the item to binary behind me that I'm going to be using in my main storage. A few things I want to get out the way before I start is this is going to be the last thing I show you from the storage. I'll probably still show a few other things, but this is going to be the last formal video on it until the big video. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, what even is an item to binary? Well, the clue is in the name. It takes an item and it turns into a binary code. Now this is really useful for main storages, as you can probably imagine. Well, not every main storage, but an encoded one at that, which mine is. Because each item has a binary code and you need some way to turn that item into the code. And that's what this does. Now, I am going to point out the obvious thing in the room, and that's how small it is compared to a lot of item to binaries you might have seen. In fact, a lot of them are literally 2 to 3 times bigger than this one, yet this one can still do about the same things they can, if not a little bit more. Now, I achieve this by having individual bit selection instead of bit grouping. Now, I'm not going to get too much into why I've made this my decision, but what I will say is it's to do with a lot of useless codes. Now, here's just a few stats about this before I even start showing you it working. It's got 27 hoppers, 22 observers, and 22 pistons. Which is quite good actually. It's really lag friendly. And it's got a few safety features too, which I'll go over. So it's got the dry fire and chest protection. They are combined into one because simplicity. You've just got a running light here and a relog or unload as it's running. Now, ideally you'd never want any of these on except the running one, but these protections are in place so that if you do unload it or the world lags or something silly like that, that not everything is going to just destroy itself, because a shutdown will just completely stop the encoder working. It'll lock the input, stop all the cycles and everything. Now, I'm going to just go around and tell you what everything is again, because, it's not any good me showing it you if you don't know what any of it does. So here we've just got like a general error, which would be what shows up in the control room. We've got the wake up signal, which is when the first box comes in, this will turn on. We have a buffer full, which is if this is off, it's full. We have the box output there, and that's pretty much it. We have the buffer and the input up here. Now, I'm going to show you working because there's no reason I can't. So I'll start off with one box and then I'll show you the cycles. So what happens is you input a box. It goes into the buffer, as you can see. And if I just send the wake up signal, what you'll see, a cart has been shown, placed, sorry. It's going along and it's going to zoom across here. And if I stand here, you'll see we get our box back with all the items. So yeah, it's relatively quick. It's 12 seconds a box. And that is the same in cycle mode. So if I take all of these, and I'm just going to put them in the chest for simplicity. There we go. I will send the wake up signal. And as you'll see, the box has had items taken out. The cart's going along. Gets broken. And the new one is placed and the cycle starts again. Now, as you can imagine, this took quite a while to get correct. There were a few problems with box breaking and all sorts going on. But it's fully hopper locked. As you can see, the running light is on now. The only hopper that isn't locked, and I don't count in the hopper locking, is this one here. Now, why don't I count this? And that's because this is in a temporary place, and it will be locked. It will just be part of the general storage lock. So, yes, that is not part of the hopper locking because it's going to be part of the general one. So, yes, the system here, all the hoppers it uses are fully locked. As you can see, it's still running, but I'll get these boxes out. And as you can see, they all still have their items in it. It's really cool what we use for buffers for the carts, because obviously I'm trying to keep this as small as possible. We don't really have room for a chest with buffer items, so when this breaks I'll show you. We actually use shulker boxes, and that yellow one there is just dry fire protection. But yeah, we use shulker boxes, and we use the hopper that goes into the box to put the item back in, because that way nothing can break. You'll never get buffer items in the box or anything like that. And as you can see, it's done all 8 of those boxes perfectly fine. Now, I haven't actually encoded anything into this yet. As you can see, it's just still the filter items in there. And that's because I'm waiting to do a full test on this when I have an actual items in there. From my testing though, this is really reliable. I put 200 boxes through it just a moment ago, and nothing failed, no dry fires, no nothing. And it was a consistent 12 seconds a cycle too, so that's good. So what's really left for my storage? I have obviously the encoder, all the halls, everything. There is quite a bit to do, and I'm not sure I'm going to do it in time, but I will. I'll just, I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something. But just know, this storage is going to be something special, that's for sure. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you next time for whatever that will be, because I'm not even sure. And I'll just leave you with, I hope you have had a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.